Hi filmmakers, this is just a quick video to kind of give you a sense of what you'll find in the Filmmaker's Handbook. Personally, I've been into acting and filmmaking and writing my whole life. A few years ago, I was the director, cinematographer, stunt choreographer, lighting, sound engineer, editor, just a retarded amount of credits for a live action anime. And we filmed about 4 seasons worth, and the fight scenes were amazing. We choreographed the camera in with the fighting, so we didn't do the cheesy go far away, zoom in, make it look more chaotic than it is. We made it chaotic and showed it for what it was, and it was awesome. There's a lot of fortunate things that happened with that, but we'll save that for another story. But I do have a lot of experience in filmmaking, and I even used to work as an extra making $4,000 a month. And as quite a feat, because only the top 5% of the Screen Actors Guild, at least in that time, was making $5,000 a year or more. So to make $4,000 a month, it was something special. I won't lie. And I saw dozens of sets and directors and different ways that things carried on, and I can tell you it's the modern structure is a little confusing. It's a little tough. Typically on an independent set, the actors aren't guaranteed to have their lines fully down, and there's this definition of "I have my lines," which doesn't really stand up to commercial quality. Most of the time when someone, especially independent actors, say they have their lines, they're memorized, but not necessarily beyond the point of stress or set pressures. I don't know how many times if you've gone to a set and you see an actor still reading over his lines, make sure he has it. That is not, sorry, but it's not good enough for a set. If they have any question on their lines, they're not in the scene to that degree. Sure, it might look nice, but it's not going to move the audience. It's not going to fuel your word of mouth campaign. That's just one example. But let's just say, typically on set, so you get to set, a few random people, unfortunately, for whatever reasons, you start talking with your director and your DP on how exactly you want to light the set. You had ideas from the meetings before, but now you're actually putting into practice, and then you have different, clouds or angles of the sun that have to take it into account. You have your standings, so you take, let's say 2 hours to set it up. Your actors get to set, and they don't quite have their lines fully down the way a $1 million actor would. They're a little bumbly. You have to do a couple takes, and the director will give directions, typically okay, madder, sadder, angrier, as if they were directing a light bulb, and which also makes it harder for the actors. And then your day basically goes on of these long, very long setup times for lighting, try and get the actors to do exactly what you want as if they're a machine, so on. And it's very grueling, and it takes a lot of energy out of a lot of people. But what if there was another way? What if there was a way where you could guarantee, well, not guarantee, but you could nearly guarantee that you would have one of the best projects you've ever filmed? That'd be kind of interesting, especially if it was free data, wouldn't it? The first rule of thumb that's really important for any film project is to not even schedule the set. Don't even schedule it until the every single actor has memorized the lines. Even if you have 5 out of 6 actors that memorized it, but one of the guest stars hasn't, don't shoot it. If he doesn't memorize it, get a different guest star. I don't care. And by memorize, I mean speed read memorize, where they can quickly speed read all the lines without looking at the page, as fast as they possibly can, including the last word or two of the words of the line that leads into theirs as well. So not just their lines, but also the words that lead into it. And you'll find that when your actors fully memorize the words that lead into theirs, those words end up, you could say, subconsciously triggering their own ideas and whatnot. And when it's memorized to that degree, the actors don't have to worry about their lines anymore. They don't show up to set reading their script hoping they get it right. And that just saves a majority of your takes, because the actor no longer has 80% of the stress he had before of, is he getting the lines right? And that's like the least important out of the whole project. No audience member is going to sit there going, I'm not really feeling the chemistry, but I think they're getting the lines right. It's just not important. And if you have a writer, on set who's just like a Nazi on the lines, that's not helpful. Get a different writer, get a different script. I don't care. If you're already stuck in that position, you're going to have to deal with it, which of course is made easiest by having your actors fully memorize the lines anyway. But having writers like that on set helps snowball bad situations really fast. So yeah, definitely just throwing that out there. And then if you can work up to getting 3 cameras at once and pre-plan them so that they each, you're getting your over the shoulders, and master or whatever for the whole shot, then do so. The ideally is to only have to shoot, the ideal that you work towards is to only have to shoot a scene once. So you don't even have to really worry about within the scene continuity, which allows your actors to drink water, eat food, move around a little bit. It allows them the freedom to be a person in that place, which is invaluable to actors. When actors are so choreographed and set down where you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't drink water, you can't spill this, you can't eat that, you can't do this because of continuity issues and challenges, and in addition to that, they barely have the lines, and the director's directing them like they're a light bulb, angry or sad, or stuff like that. It's like, you're not going to get an award-winning piece. I'm sorry, it's going to be a long shot. You're gonna make the mistake of thinking that your actors need more direction, more rehearsal time, more hands-on to get it the way you want it. At the end of the day, you're not going to get it, and you're just going to kind of end up saying over your shoulder, well, I just guess those actors aren't cut out for this. And it's not true. The only real difference between a $1 million actor and someone fresh off the boat, or a green actor, is the new actors need a good director. And what I mean by a good director is an actor's director. A director is there to direct the entire piece. He should have so much confidence and pre-planned communication with the lighting and the sound and all the other departments that he should ideally only have to worry about and work on the performance on the set. Now yes, he should keep his mind on everything, but he shouldn't be worried about it like the people he's delegated those responsibilities to. Because at the end of the day, the performance is the most important thing on the set. Your audience members are not going to go like, wow, those special effects and the cars and the extras were amazing, but the performance wasn't quite there, but I liked it. It just doesn't happen. So yeah, and if obviously the handbook is just a quick, concise version of all this that I'm saying, and you can save yourself a lot of time by just downloading the handbook, reading it, seeing what's true for you, and apply it day by day. And I'd love to hear back from you. I'd love to hear back from people saying, you know what, I completely disagree with you because, or I like this, but any feedback is great, because then I can grow as a filmmaker as well myself. This stuff works great for me when I'm on set, but maybe there's a situation or something I'm missing where it doesn't. So yeah, definitely feel free to hit me back. And I'll go ahead and end off here, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, but you really should just go ahead and read that handbook. It's free. If you're a member. Otherwise, I think it costs $1 or something, I'm not sure. But yeah, so thank you very much for sticking with me, and let me know if you have any questions or feedback.